Thank you all for being here. So General Fenton, there's been a series of concerning incidents, suicides, murders, overdoses, drug trafficking arrests surrounding the Special Operations community at Fort Bragg. But I think you and the members here of the committee, we know that those reports, they're not indicative of the thousands of incredible men and women at USASOC. I'm hoping that you can discuss some of the issues that we're actually seeing at Bragg, including those. And if you can describe what SOCOM is doing to combat these challenges. And I would also say that our office is here to help, and I'm sure on both sides of the aisle, all of us are here on your team in that regard.
Well, Senator, thank you very much for an ability to comment on that, for an opportunity. That very issue hits at the heart of our number one priority, our people, who are our competitive and comparative advantage and who we place a lot of trust and confidence in. And this type of behavior, atypical to the 70,000 plus that are doing the right thing almost every single day, each and every day, a majority are absolutely doing that, is first and foremost, it disrespects that type of work that our SOCOM enterprise is known for. Second, it certainly is not behavior that's welcome. I'd want everybody to know that is not the type of behavior that's welcome in this formation and is not indicative of an organization in whom the nation has placed a lot of trust. We hold ourselves to a higher standard. And the Command Sergeant Major and I are, first of all, we're very angry when we get reports like that, and we're deliberately laser-like focused on this. And in fact, we talk about it as a corrosive. These are corrosives toward the trust and confidence that this committee, the Secretary, and certainly the nation has in us. And we're laser focused on eradicating that from SOCOM enterprise. One is too many, but we recognize we're not immune. So we look at it through a number of lenses. First is it's a leader issue in preventing this, reinforcing the standards that behavior of drug, some type of other untoward, illegal, not moral, not ethical behavior is not who we are, not what we want in our formation. And we ask our whole formation to be on alert and to help point that out for us and let us as leaders start to take action. Second, it is reinforcing policies that tell folks this in the event they just came into this formation, they didn't know any better. And they're at risk of doing something like that that disrespects decades of successful operations and many, many who came before and those who come after. Responding, I think a key piece in that one is holding folks accountable. And you'll see us do that because that sends a very big signal back when appropriate, Senator, back to the enterprise about this behavior is absolutely not welcome and not part of the SOCOM enterprise. So you got my commitment on this, Senator. I've been in about 6 months. It's been a top priority because of what it does, not only the trust that this committee and others have in the SOCOM team, but to our overall readiness. And that readiness is important because it needs to be a very lethal force each and every time the Secretary puts us on the job.
Thank you, and you have our commitment as well. Secretary Meyer and also General Fenton, you've talked a little bit about this today, but can you please expand on balancing the need for Special Operations Forces to continue conducting counterterrorism in the Middle East and Africa versus the important role they play in great power competition? And do we have the right mix of forces to accomplish both? We'll start with you, Secretary.
So, Senator, thanks for this point. This is maybe among the most important points that I focus on every day, and I think the answer is somewhat. So I think we have a very lethal, very capable counterterrorism force. What we are working to do is make that force more sustainable over time because, frankly, many of the threat actors are still out there and we're still having to do this mission. But being able to make it more sustainable so we can draw on the unique capabilities of the SOF enterprise to bring that to the fight against a potential PRC or Russia, certainly to establish that integrated deterrence we seek, sir.
Thank you.
Senator, I would just add that it is a balance as we look at it across the enterprise with the three missions of the integrated deterrence and counterterrorism crisis response. And as I mentioned before, and we'll reinforce the capabilities we have in the counterterrorism arena transfer as well over into our integrated deterrence approach. But at the same time, we know that very often they are unilaterally asked for. In this case, in Africa, we work with AFRICOM Commander and our Special Operations Command Africa, our TSOC, as a way to address their requirements, keep the pressure. As I mentioned earlier, one of the things at SOCOM we look at is the threat has been disrupted, but it persists, and our job is to remain vigilant, and when we can sense, see, and illuminate, we take action in concert with the combatant commanders and certainly under SecDef direction.
Thank you all very much. I have some questions for the record. General Nakasone, I'll submit for you, but I yield back. Thank you.